Hi folks, this is class number 2, Hebrew for All, a system which is going to give you the ability to read, write, and speak Hebrew. Basically, the unified field theory. So we're going to go right back with where we finished the last class, where we dealt with the first verb, the granddaddy of all Hebrew verbs that we were learning. It was the verb shomer. And we looked there at the 4 forms of the present tense. Shomer. You should try and do it on your own first. You should even pause this video if you like, to just try and make sure that you're really up to par with this. Lift up your hand. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And do it again. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. Sing it. Shout it. Get it into your bones. Shomer, shomeret, shomrim, shomrot. And we said that these 4 forms of the present tenses, their titles at the top of the page, are masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, and feminine plural. And now we did number 2. What I'd like to do right now is jump down to number, let me take a quick look myself to make sure I'm in the right place. Let's jump down to number 9. There it is, number 9. And if we're following the rules perfectly, and since we can't see the top of the page, let me just write in directly above number 9 the 4 letters, shomer. Now what I'm telling you is when you work down this sheet, what you got to do is follow the pattern perfectly. You might say that I'm trying to train you by the way you're writing this and saying this repetitively to know this by heart without even having to spend any amount of effort or energy in thinking about it. So by following the pattern rigidly, what I mean is, just like this was shomer, this one is going to turn out to be kotev. If the second one in with shomer was shomeret, so if this is kotev, then the next one in is going to be kotevet. And if I want, I put in the vowels. I'm not embarrassed by having to use them still. On the contrary, I'm just learning, so I want all of the crutches in there that I can possibly use to help myself be secure. Kotev, kotevet, kotvim, and last but not least, kotvot. And now I'll tell you why I picked number 9. Followed the same pattern, could have picked anyone else. And the reason I picked 9 was because it started with the letter kaf, which is that backward C that I just wrote down on the side. And notice when it was originally on the page, it was a kaf without the dot in it. The function of that dot, which is called a dagesh, in English like this, in Hebrew like this. The dagesh and the dot in certain letters indicates that it's a hard sound. What's that mean? If it's in a backward C, a kaf, it's a k sound, like a K. If it's in a bet, it's a B. And if it's a pay, if it's in a pay, it's with the dagesh, P. The same 3 letters without a dot in them would be v and f. So here let's just say in English, K sound, B sound, P sound, and here, like we could make it into CH, like many people pronounce Chanukah, for example, even though it's a different letter. V, as in very good, versus B, and F. So I picked number 9 because I wanted to expose you to one of the first rules you want to remember and use, and that is, whenever you see a kaf as the first letter of the word, always make it a K sound, even if you don't see the dot in it. And we'll be learning unvowelized Hebrew, which is the way most of Hebrew is written. So you're going to have to be able to identify this all on your own. So it's true in number 9 here. I stuck in the dot in this line of words, the 4 forms of the present tense of the word kotev. I put in the dot to remind you this is a K sound. But in fact, from now on, even if I don't put it in, or if you see it in a text, and it's an unvowelized text, you're to assume it's a K sound. If it will be in the middle of the word, such as, for example, up here in number 6, it will remain the so-called soft sound. So this would be zocher. And pause your film and ask yourself, how would you do the feminine singular? You're right. Zocheret. Zocher, zocheret, zochrim, and zochrot. Because we're always following the granddaddy pattern that we've established with Shomer until I tell you that we're ready to change. And you can feel secure that that's the way the language is going to be presented to you. If you've understood everything and you can just follow these patterns and maintain them and become secure with them, Hebrew is going to be yours. Number 6, right to left across the page. Pause if you like. Listen to me otherwise. Zocher, zocheret, zochrim, zochrot. And needless to say, the same thing would apply here in 7. Shover, not a B sound. Had the bet been the first letter of the word, it would have been B. But since it's there in the middle, in the same exact position of that chaf, it's also the softer sound. Shover, shoveret, shovrim, shovrot. This is the end of our second class. I want to share with you just a little bit of a question to have you thinking. I haven't mentioned the definition of any of the words yet. Doesn't that strike you as curious? We'll pick up there in the third lesson. Shalom, shalom.